What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to take a look at a title that really surprised me. This is a game that I went into not expecting much, because indie games are kind of in a lull right now. They're not doing super great. Like, there's not a lot of quality stuff for me to feature on the channel lately. However, in the case of this game, I was really surprised. I took a look at the screenshots, and it didn't really jump out at me as anything that I needed to cover right this second, but I had a few extra minutes this morning, so I started fiddling around with it because I try to get hands-on with just about everything I get sent if I accept the key. And in the case of this game, I think they actually have a banger hit on their hands. I think this game is going to be hugely popular if people can just get over the graphics a little bit. It's got like kind of a, I don't even know what era this would be from, kind of like the MS-DOS era. But, I guess we'll go, yeah, Citrine Ring sounds alright. This is an auto-battling roguelite called He Is Coming. And the basic premise of this game is that you've got this track at the top of the screen, your character moves around the map, every time you move this advances, and you're going up against a boss every single time it gets to the red skull. The boss is hunting you. That's why you're going out on this adventure, is to get stronger and prepare for this boss that is actively coming to claim your life. And the game is very dynamic, it's very unique, it's very adaptable, there's loads of things that you can do with it that keep it interesting, and I'm happy to say that it has completely and totally won me over, and that doesn't happen too often with games nowadays. I've sort of become jaded and cynical about a lot of the stuff in indie gaming nowadays, but this one right here, this one's a bopper. So if after watching this you wanted to try the game out for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description. You can check it out there. On top of that, you can find links to my Discord, my Twitch stream, my Patreon, all that kind of stuff, just in case you wanted to hang out with me more or otherwise support the channel. But let's dive straight on in. So as I mentioned, and He Is Coming, you are being hunted by a giant death monster. You have to do the best you can to prepare yourself before that monster gets here, and every single monster has different stats, they have a different gimmick, they have a different thing that they're going for, and a lot of times that gimmick is going to hard counter your character and instantly one-shot you. And so the interesting thing that this does is that when you play a game along the lines of Loop Hero, which I think is very similar to this game, in Loop Hero, you can fall back on kind of doing the same thing every single time you play a similar class if you know that you've got a winning strategy, and then you can kind of like flub your way through the few bosses that press up on that strategy with a few kind of like extra supplementary pieces of gear or ideas. In this game, your build, it varies wildly game to game. You're going to be trying to do something completely different every single game to fulfill the needs that the game is giving you. So in this case, we're going up against Hothead as our first boss. Hothead has very low HP, he does not have impressive attack power, he has no armor, but he has 4 speed, and his ability is, if Hothead has more speed than you, his first strike does 14 damage, which, if you've looked at my HP meter up here, is more than enough to one-shot us on the first turn. That means that when you're going up against Hothead, you're going to be playing a very aggressive, speed-focused build strategy that's all about your character being very fast and also being rewarded for being very fast. And so right now, I've got a couple pieces of equipment. The game goes in rounds. This is not the only boss that we're going to fight. Every time you get to the end of the track and you beat a boss, a new boss will spawn. You'll get a new little card over here that tells you what he does. All of the monsters on the map get upgraded. They hit harder, they get more HP, they get more nasty, they get more difficult to take down, and then you repeat until eventually you go down. And I found the game to be frenetic, I've found it to be thoughtful, I've found it to be intelligent. There's lots of interactions in between the items. So for example, I have a featherweight blade right now. It has 2 damage and 2 speed. Speed determines who acts first in combat when you get to the auto-battling portion, and then it can tie into other things. It's got 2 attack, but I also put a damage oil that I found on the map on top of it so that it does 3 damage now. I've also got a Citrine Ring, which means at the beginning of the battle, I deal damage that is equal to my speed. So that's just a flat 2 damage that I'm getting at the beginning of the fight, nice and easy peasy. I've got a Redwood helmet over here. I don't know if I'm going to keep it for too long. In addition, on top of that, it also, I'm guessing these little tags down at the bottom, it says that this helmet is made out of wood. I'm guessing that's going to affect something in later builds as well. I haven't seen the things and the substances that the objects are made out of interact with each other yet, but there's got to be a reason they're saying that that's there. Chekhov's gun would imply that at some point there's also going to be advanced synergies that interact between, like, I've got a weapon that's made out of wood, a helmet that's made out of wood, and then like an amulet of the living forest that makes it so everything with the wood tag gets its values increased by 2 or something like that, because every single item in the game has those little tags on it, but this restores 3 health when my armor breaks. And so every time they break my armor, which is right here, I get 3 health back, which is fairly huge. This is an item shop. You get 1 coin every single time you defeat a monster. Item shops give you some limited control over what it is you're going to be adding to your build. Ah, there it is right there, the ore heart. You gain 2 armor for every stone item. See, that's exactly what I was thinking. Gain 3 max health for every wooden item. Alright. Cracked boulder shield. When your armor breaks, you get 5 armor. I'm gonna restock the shop because I'd like something that makes me faster. Like, we're already going for a speed strategy right now, and so I would like to keep that speed strategy at the forefront of my mind, because if we can't beat Hothead's speed, we're gonna get laid out, and it's gonna be really bad. But I can put speed oil on my weapon. That gets me up to a 3, and then I just need 1 more speed before this guy gets here, so hopefully we pick it. This chest right here, it's a leather glove that gives us 3 HP and a speed. We've got the Heart Drinker, which deals 2 damage. It's a weapon made out of crystallized blood that restores health whenever we hit the enemy. We also have the Protecting Charm. Protecting Charm is a bit of a hard counter to Hothead because it cuts his first source of damage down by half at the beginning of every battle. And so we can either negate him by going with the leather glove, which makes our speed equal to his, or we can negate him by soaking 7 damage on the first hit. I don't know, we'll get our 4 armor, but I don't know the order that everything's going to be applied, so I'm going to take the speed glove for right now. And you can swap these items out to adapt to new challenges and enemies. Monsters do chase you around the map, so keep an eye on that. Luckily, we're really strong against everything level 1 right now, so we're basically just gonna one-shot everything. Our 4th item, we've got the Horned Helmet. It gives us 2 armor and 2 thorns. We can get the Redwood Cloak if our health is not full, restore a health, and we also get 2 max HP. We could take the Brittle Bark Bow, which does 4 damage for 3 attacks, and then after that it goes down to 2 damage. I'll probably take the Horned Helmet for a little bit of extra armor, and let's keep on traveling. If I can kill a few more mobs and get some cash stacked up before this boss gets here, I'll be in a much better mood. The only oil that isn't on our weapon right now is armor oil, so I'll throw that on there as well. That bridge is broken. I'm going to fight this spider over on this side. He's already dead for my preliminary speed damage right there. We'll carry on around the edge. I don't see any watchtowers or anything that are going to allow me to get a bird's eye view of the battlefield, but 2 treasure chests up here. That is enormous. This will probably allow us to refine our build a little bit better. So I think I'm going to take the leather vest, and I'm going to swap it out with the redwood helmet. Because the redwood helmet, while fine, is not building towards our ultimate strategy. This right here is giving us 5 damage at the outset of the fight before anybody can react to it. Over here, we've got a cracked whetstone. On our first turn, we hit 2 points harder. A redwood roast, that gives us 5 HP. Sword of the Hero gives us 3, but we kind of need the speed bonus from that, so I'm just going to skip that chest for right now, because I think our build is in the perfect spot for fighting Hothead, and he should be here in just a minute. I've fought 3 or 4 different bosses now on the first round, and so it does seem like there's some variety to play around with. Every 3 strikes, you deal triple damage. Okay, I don't really want anything out of that chest. I'll fight this wolf over here, though, just to get an extra coin. He's down already. And then give your weapon an edge. Every time I hit the enemy, I gain an armor. On your first turn, you get 2 attacks. I'll probably take that, because that front loads my damage a whole bunch, where I'm getting 5 damage from the speed ring. I'm getting 3 damage from my first hit, 3 damage from my second hit, so that's putting us at 11 damage, which is a frankly enormous amount of damage for this game. That's got us in a really good position. Let's see if we can take down a few more mobs before the boss gets here, because I'd like my wallet to be very full. An artisan, combine 2 of the same item. I don't have that right now, and so I would love to do that, but unfortunately, I don't have that. Now, this game does have roguelite elements. It has weaponized achievements. And what I mean by that is, you advance your account in this game by doing things. You will unlock more items, so when you start out in the game, there's only like 10 items available on a first run character. But if you get one-shotted by a boss, that unlocks an item. If you survive a boss with 1 HP left, that unlocks an item. If you get your armor up to a certain threshold on one run, that'll unlock an item. Likewise with attack, likewise with HP, so on and so forth to unlock items. As of right now, I think I've unlocked 6 or 7. We've got Hothead outsped, and he should just outright die to our ring. So yeah, the first boss is done. We perfectly countered him. Our next boss is the Mountain Troll. He's got 20 HP, he deals 10 damage, and he's got 10 armor, but he's got no speed. Okay, by beating the first boss, we also get 2 more slots for items, by the way, so that we can hold on to things, we can combine them, we can mix them together to get more advanced versions of items. Like I said, this game is going to creep up on you. I went in expecting very little out of this game because of the graphics and the simplicity of everything, but this is one of those games that you can tell someone thought about when they were making it, and they were like, alright, so how many loopbacks, how many hooks, how many ways can I make all this stuff interact with one another? And I dare say that these guys have actually adapted upon what made Loop Hero successful to make a very interesting rapid-fire game that I think would particularly sell well on mobile. This is one of those games that usually your runs are about 4 or 5 minutes long. I would play the hell out of this on my phone, and I hate mobile games. I am not a big mobile game guy. Sleep until the next day, get some health back. I've already got an edge on my weapon, so I can't really do anything with that right there. I'm looking for more item chests, though. That's what I would like to have. With my advanced speed, I'm just tearing through everything right now. There's a shopkeeper right there, but I'm going to kill this bear on the way over to kill the shopkeeper. Kind of an adorable bear graphic. My only complaint about the game so far is that I wish the combat had a little bit more to it. What I mean by that is not necessarily in the build making, because the build making is very well developed and very well done in this title. What I mean by that is that I wish the characters had little 4-frame animations and whatnot. I wish the color of their chest piece changed colors based on what you had equipped, and like your helmet changed the color. Just a little bit more intricacy and a little bit more immersive violence to the combat, and I would like it much, much, much better, but I still think the game is rad as hell. So I can get a dueling gauntlet. That means if I'm at half health, I get a double strike on my next turn. If you have armor, gain armor. That might be nice. This gives me 5 more armor when my armor gets broken, so that would also be nice. This makes an explosion go off that deals 5 damage when my armor gets broken. Maybe I'll take the Bomba for right now. I wanna deploy the Bomba and fight the Wolfie. I smack up a Lobo with my sword. Alright, down he goes. What else we got over here? We got another shopkeeper. What have you got for me? Iron Rose. When you restore health, gain, and armor, the enemy's first strike penetrates your armor, but you have 4 more armor every turn after that. Plated Helmet. If you're below 50% health, you get 2 more armor. You can have an impressive physique. When your armor breaks, you stun the enemy and get a double turn. We can get a double-edged sword, which is kind of a double entendre right there. So we deal 5 damage, but we also take a damage whenever we attack the enemy. That would go really nicely. There's a few items that make you regenerate every now and again, like when you hit an enemy. That would negate that on out right there, and then we would just flatly get the bonus. Let's recycle the shop real quick and see what they've got. If you're wounded, gain armor equal to your base armor. The hook blade. Do I have any stone items in here? I've got a bomb. I have no stone items, so that's not going to help me. Elderwood necklace, though, just gives me a little bit of everything. I'll take it. +1 to everything sounds really good to me right now, so I'll go ahead and give that a whack. Because we're getting a bigger opening salvo off both of those, which I think will go well. I don't remember what this does. What does this do? The Fairy. You can transform an item into an item of the same rarity. Yeah, I'll risk it with the bomb. That sounds alright. And so that's turned into Phantom Armor. So the first attack ignores our armor, but we have 10 armor after that. I am not in love with that item. We're kind of wispy on the HP front, and we don't really have any healing or anything, so that makes me feel a little bit nervous. That may have been a mistake that I made that just undid me, because allowing the enemy a first hit, especially with this troll over here who has, what, 10 attack? It might be bad. We'll see. We'll see how it plays. We'll see how it goes. We got a treasure chest up here, so whatever's inside of it, I'll probably try to swap that out, just so we can eat the first troll hit. We've got a protecting charm. Although the whetstone would make our double attack at the beginning of the game deal 2 more damage on both of our double swings. So we get 6 damage from our ring. We would get 6 damage from a first attack and 6 damage from a second attack. Shee! I'm going to go with a little bit of protectives, though. I'm going to take this charm, and we'll swap that out. This is the first source of damage from an enemy. Will be halved, and so I think that's going to be really helpful. Let's keep cruising around, seeing how far out into the hinterland we can get. We got another wolf down right there. We're very much outrunning all the world mobs in terms of their efficacy. With battle start, we gain 5 armor, but we go down by 2 maximum health. Okay. Boots of the Hero are pretty spicy. 2 more would give us an 8 damage alpha on our first turn. Do I have anything I can swap that out for? I'm honestly kind of into this cloak right here instead of the helmet so that I'm going to start regenerating health before the boss gets here. That's what I would prefer to do anyways. Let's see if we can take a couple fights and get our HP back up to max before this big dog gets here and like messes us up. I don't know if this is the right play, but I am interested in trying and fooling around with it. Got a tower right here. That's going to expose the map, so we've got points of interest on this side. I'm faster than a spider, so I should just one-shot him. Spiders only get their bonus if you're slower than them. What do we have over here? A leather vest. Frankly, I'm not against it. I would put it in right there to store it in case I find an item combiner, and then I'll be able to upgrade this to an even better version of the leather vest, and that'll free up a slot as well. And so I'm kind of like long-term planning right now. Lots of treasure chests around. Let's just keep one-shotting mobs. I've got a really strong build going right now, if you're wondering why I'm not struggling at all and it seems really easy. My build is really good on this run. It's got a lot of synergies and things going on. If you would believe me, the couple runs before this, I got obliterated, so nothing really in the shop that I'm interested in right now, so I'll leave that alone. We'll just keep farming up cash and seeing what we can do out here. I'm getting pretty far out towards the edge of the world, though. So we got a bear right there. We got a boss coming in soon, too. There's like this nice little effect that the game does where the ground shakes because the boss is coming. Sword of the Hero, another leather vest. Tough call. I was really hoping I would find an item combiner before the boss got here, but let's see how things go with the mountain troll. Technically, we can only get hit by him twice, and I gotta kill him in like 4 turns. So there's 6 damage right there. Then we get our double attack. He's already on HP. Ow. I think we got him. Just barely. We got him. We almost didn't make it, but we got him. I'll take it. I don't know how strong these guys are going to be. What's next? The Leshen. 60 HP, no armor, no ability, no nothing, and so it should just be a flat tank and spank, I think. You can go to campfires to end the day if you just want to go straight to the boss right now. I didn't know if people were seeing that and wondering what it was. I can get an emergency shield. If the start of the battle, if you have less speed than the enemy, you gain armor. Not going to help us. If your health is full, gain 4 armor. Also not really going to help us. I'll take it, but I'll probably swap it out. Where was those? There was like that big batch of chests over there. I've got enough money. Where were those chests at? I gotta fill in these slots real quick. But we also need to take some fights so that I can regenerate. Exposed, gain 3 armor, weighted bracelet, all of it's useless to me. All of that stuff would break my build right now. We're still one-shotting wolves, so I'll keep that in mind. Wolves are basically a free 1 HP heal. I don't know what spiders are doing differently right now. Another leather vest. I'll take it because we got a slot. Why not? Maybe I'll find an item combiner around here somewhere. I can't promise that we will, but maybe. That's just an oil spot. My weapon's already fully oiled. What do spiders do at this level? Not much. They got a speed upgrade, and they got a damage upgrade, but that's about it. An artisan. Combine 2 of the same item. And what did that give me? Oh, an even better leather vest. An even spicier leather vest with like a little seal and sigil on it, like a legendary one. Good. We need that. That's very, very helpful. 7 damage off right there. I'll get the first hit. He's now down. And that freed up a slot. What can I get over here? So, gain 2 armor for every equipped stone item. I have stone right there. I have wood. I have wood. 3 max HP for every equipped wood item. I do have wood items. That takes my HP up to 21. We may have to use a campfire to heal ourselves before the boss gets here. But we're not in the worst shape right now. We really sincerely aren't. I gotta take more fights, though, to get some HP back, and we gotta find a campfire. There's a campfire up there. Alright. We've got a little bit of time before the boss gets here. So let's clear the way to this campfire. We'll kill a few more enemies just to get our HP back. That 1 HP per fight that's coming off this cloak. Perfectly fine by me. Is that fire not lit? Do I have to defeat this guy first? Usually they're orange. I don't know why it's not orange. It's not orange. So I don't think I can activate it. Maybe I need like a specific item or something. But I was going to pass the day to get my HP back. Unfortunate. What do we have over here? Bear pelt, horned helmet, and Sword of the Hero. I think I'm good. HP, please. Thank you. HP once again. Boss is coming. Well, I may not have made it in time. Let's get the Shield of the Hero, and we'll swap it out for the Stone Stake. Since the Stone Stake, we're not going to be at full health anyway. Oh, there's a campfire over there. Can I make it? If I can make it to the campfire, I can heal to full, and then the stone thing would have helped. Yeah, restore 10 health. Alright, we're fighting the boss, the Leshen. I don't know how... He's got his own music, dude. That's never a good sign. He's got, like, his own music bumping right now. Alright, 7 damage right there. 45. Reduced his first attack by half. Oh, dude, he's just tough, dude. He's just stacky boyed. He took us out nasty. So for him, I'm guessing, because you don't get double attacks for speed. Speed just determines the order of back and forth, and then it interacts with other things. So, like, you're not going to get double or triple turns for having 7 times the speed of the guy near you. It just ties into other items and determines who acts first. And acting first is actually a big deal in this game since most things are one-shottable. And so we made it pretty far, though, dude. Like, I think that if I had found like, item combiners a little bit earlier and I'd focused on combinations, it would have gone better. But this is what I'm talking about with the achievements. We unlocked a Sticky Web. We unlocked Troll Hunter. Strike every other turn but do double damage. Isn't that kind of the same thing, though? I'm struggling to think when that would be useful and why I wouldn't just want to attack every turn. Maybe if you have a lot of things that allow the enemy to hit you and allow you to kind of like speed up and like allow you to spin up and minigun maybe. We also got faster than light. Battle start, 3 armor gets converted to 3 speed. And then we've got the Gemstone Scepter. Draws power from Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire, and Citrine items. We got Black Powder. Whenever a bomb item triggers, deal 3 damage. Okay, all right. I'm feeling it. Defeat a boss after starting the battle with less than 0.5% health. Phew, that one's going to be a tough one. Okay. They're going to catch you by surprise, but I'll dive back on in for another go. There's no classes or anything in the game, so you just kind of go back in and play it again once you're ready to go. But this is He Is Coming. I think it's really rad. I think the game is actually quite good. I think this game is going to be a bit of a sleeper hit. I think if people check it out, they're going to enjoy themselves because I really liked this title. This is one of those games that I could see myself dumping a lot into. Your speed stat is inversed? Oh, dude. So you could technically take all items that give you negative speed and then have this in here. You would get all the benefits of having items that reduce your speed, which is typically armor and attack power, but this would take like a -8 speed and turn it into +8 speed. Ooh, that's spicy. That's really spicy, but you're going to have really good loot luck for that to come around and actually, like, benefit you. Oh, dude, you gotta take it. It's so good that you have to take it. Like, if you don't take it, you're gonna regret... Oh, slow that down. Things are going too fast right now. Yeah, he inversed my speed right now, though, too, so I gotta carry it for a little bit. Gotcha. We definitely want the weighted bracelet, because that'll help offset that. What happens if I go back to my house? Oh, my house scouts out the entire map for me. Well, that's nice. You got anything else kind of, like, heavy? I'll take a battle axe. What does this guy do? He's got 5 armor. Knight gains attack equal to the player's attack. Ooh, all right. What you got over here? If I have less speed than the enemy, gain 4 armor. I could take another weighted bracelet, and then I could combine them into a super weighted bracelet if I can find the combinator guy. I think, actually, if we take the redwood helmet and we put it over the boots of the hero, yeah, that'll fix our speed. So there we go. We're in better shape now, but this is He Is Coming. I think this is utterly fantastic. I think the developers did a great job. I think this shows a keen eye when it comes to looking at trends inside of gaming. It also shows skill and acumen when it comes to recombining those things in order to make something new that draws from other things but ends up not being derivative. It ends up being its own new awesome product. I think they've done a really good job with this. I foresee this game being very popular, especially if they can just keep adding stuff to it. Like, the more items and the more randomness and the more things that can happen in every single run that sort of dictate what your run is going to look like the more bosses, the more items, all that kind of stuff, the better this game is going to be, because it's already really fantastic. I think I'm good with that stuff right there, but my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what is worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today it was He Is Coming, which... Alright, you've got my attention. I'm listening. This is rad. This is something that is appealing. Oh, the campfires only turn on at night during the night phase. Okay, that's the interaction. Gotcha. If you guys wanted to check this game out, I got a link for you down below in the description. Other than that, I think it's time for me to go. Bye, folks, and take care out there.